I know I sound like a broken record, but man, our fans, students, the Legends weekend, having 30 former players or managers, trainers, different people back. It was just an awesome weekend, and they gave us a boost because we really lacked energy. I can't tell you that I didn't see it coming because I did, and we were on them. And but this time of year, you got guys who are, and this is not an excuse, right? We had some guys who are under the weather, but Oklahoma State made us look even further under the weather with how they played, their energy, their togetherness. Mike's got those guys. I mean, it doesn't look like you can't look at their record and determine what kind of team they are. And I think this might be 6 games that were less than 5 points that they could have won, and so I mean they're right there, and they got young, talented dudes, and so that I'm grateful for our fans. Told our guys, man, that when you live right, you try to do the right things, you honor God, God honors you, and I just feel it's one of those nights where God allowed a bank shot to go in and honored our guys to make the right plays at the right time, and so thankful to him for this blessing to coach, be a steward of this program, and just so blessed to be here.
Coach, through most of the first half, Arthur didn't have any points, and then he scores the last 11 for your team in the first half, ends up being your leading scorer. Is he your most clutch player right now?
I mean, Arthur's clutch. I think we got several dudes who are clutch. I think what Arthur did at the end of the half was he stopped trying to just drive the ball or make plays for other people, which were leading to turnovers, and he just shot the ball. I'm like, I just told him, just shoot, right? Like, don't turn it over. Don't try. You catch it, just shoot it. And I freed him up. He saw it go in, and then he was really good.
Is it a good sign that you guys seem to embrace kind of winning ugly all these weeks in a row?
Well, I like the fact that we embrace winning. Okay, I've never really seen an ugly win. I've seen a lot of ugly losses, right? And in this league, man, all you have to do is figure out how to win, right? And we have a team. I don't think if we're all honest with ourselves and we look at our roster and stuff, we don't have a team that you think we're going to go out there and score 90 points and it's going to look really pretty and all of that. We have to make it like games like this, and where we get 10 steals, and that's just what has to happen. And human nature takes over in situations like this, where our guys, even as much as we tell them and we show them and all that, they look at the record, all of that, and it all plays into it. So I'm just thankful for winning, man, and we'll figure out how to make it look cute some other time. But right now, let's just keep winning.
And Tom brought it up, but Will, I guess now you guys are undefeated when he reaches double digits in scoring. He said he wanted you to know that stat, but what is it about it when he plays well, the team seems to also succeed?
So Tom wanted me to know that, or Will wanted me to know that?
Will said make sure you know that stat as he walked out of here.
Good. I will make sure I let Will know that I know that stat. And, no, Will McNair has been a blessing, man. And, I think this is no knock on anybody else, but I think for the first time in his life, he's not just being allowed to be Will, right? Who Will, by human nature, wants to be, show up when he wants to, have an impact when he wants to, if he feels like it. And our whole staff and his teammates are requiring him and holding him accountable to be the best version of himself, and it's starting to show through in his play. And we were really upset with our guys early because they wouldn't let him touch the ball. He was open more times than he did early in the game, and so I know Will has and will continue to play a major role in us continuing to get better as a team and winning games.
What makes Arthur so good right now?
Well, he can make shots, right? he can make shots. And the fact that he's shooting the three at such a high clip, like, you have to respect that. And because you have to respect that, it makes him quicker, right? So he shows the ball, defense raises up, now he's quicker, he gets in lane, gets a dunk, and then he's learning how to take advantage of the mismatches. So if they put a smaller guy on him, he had a couple times today where he was able to take advantage of that. And then our team together is collectively starting to understand where we can get some people, and how we can put guys in situations where they can take advantage of those things. And so it's a collection of all things. But the fact that he can put that ball in the hole, that makes him super valuable.
He was shooting hoops by himself 6 hours before tip-off. What's that say about him?
That he cares, right? Like, he wants to be really good at this, and I think he really invests a lot of time in his craft, right? And this week, we asked the guys, like, actually last couple of days is, what are you doing that will give us and our team the best chance to get a W tonight, right? What are you doing in the bill? What extra are you doing? What is the thing that gives you your edge? And I think the fact that he is spending so much more time in the gym, it's giving him this edge that he can take any shot at any time and it's going to go in.
Cam had kind of struggled through the first half, but he heated up a little bit in the second half, and then you guys took the lead on that inbounds play where he went up and got it and laid it in. What does it say about your guys' trust in him, and even when he is kind of having an off by standards night, by his standards, that you're still like, yes, go, you're the guy to get us the lead back and kind of get us moving?
Well, I think it was the bank shot gave us the 1-point lead, and then that under OB gave us a 2-point lead, if I'm right about that. You can't just judge, look at the stat sheet and say, oh, he's not having a good game, we can't go to. You got to trust all the other things that have happened, right? And Cam has this unique ability to, forget everything that's happened and just move on. And it's a blessing, it's a curse as a coach sometimes, right? But it is a blessing for him because he doesn't remember his missed shots, he doesn't remember the bad plays. He's just like, I'm going to make the next play. And, and he did.
I've heard you talk in using different examples, the trust your work that you put in, and we're effort based, not results based, and everything. How tough is that to kind of get that ingrained in a program and kind of override the human nature of wanting to be results based?
Well, I think if we didn't have the kind of guys, the kind of characters, right? The guys who their parents have done a great job of raising them and instilling some great values in them, and then it would be difficult, right? Because they would just be thinking about instant gratification and those type of things. But these guys have seen their parents get up and go to work, and on cold days, on sick days, on, they've seen all the different sacrifice that's been made. And so they have a resolve about them that they want to help do something to honor their families, right? And so they're open to us pouring into them as more than just basketball play, because the trust your work thing is not about just basketball, right? It's about life, right? Sometimes you go and you work really hard on a project and you present it to your boss, and your boss decides to go with somebody else, and what do? Do you just pout and, well, you just take the next project and you work really hard. You trust that you got better and you learn something from it. It's going to help you with the next thing. And these are the kind of lessons that we're really trying to teach our guys.
And then Tasha's little playing time there in the second half, was that just kind of trying to inject some energy?
Yeah, we needed some energy. I thought this coming into the game, we said we'd go Taj ahead of Buddy, just if we needed it, and he did, and he did exactly what we needed.
Both press conferences this week, Arthur's come in here, and after first Tyler and then Cam were asked a question that kind of revolved around some of the struggles of their game right now. He, without being prompted, stepped up and went to bat for those guys. Has there been a turning point or a change recently in terms of either him or other guys with leadership going to a new level this year?
Yeah, there has. And, it's crazy that they come here and y'all ask about struggles, right? And what if we had they made a whole bunch of shots and we lost the game, right? Would y'all be like, man, y'all are shooting really well, but you lost, right? Like, at the end of the day, are we not here about wins, right? I'm proud of him for defending his teammates, the other team, they have a game plan too. And Cam is at the top and TP's at the top. They were denying TP something. I'm proud of Arthur for doing that. We've made the turn. I told you we have this, the analogy this year was of taking a piece of metal and forging it, turn it into a weapon. And now I feel like we have a weapon. Every guy is a weapon, but they're just not as sharp as they need to be. So now we're filing the weapon. And, the Bible tells us that as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. It doesn't say one coach sharpens a player. It says a man sharpens another. And I put it on them to help sharpen each other, hold them accountable, but then also, look out for them. And I think in the media, Art's done a great job of looking out for them. And in private, they've done a really good job of starting to hold each other accountable, so it's not always coming from the coaches.
You've talked about holding people accountable, so you're talking about holding Will accountable. Is there a end game, not end game as much, but just a potential that you see with him that maybe he doesn't see for himself?
Yeah, I think Will can be a dominant presence in games. From time to time, he can make the other team double team him, right? And so you run ball screen offense, so they have to put 2 defenders on the ball, right? And then now it creates an opening for somebody else, and that's from top down. But if you can throw the ball inside to someone, and then they have to put 2 people there, now you're getting to play inside out, and those shots are a lot better, right? And so Will can be that kind of presence for us if he's focused and locked in. And so we have certain things that we want him to do, and he'll do it one time, and then sometimes he won't. He's getting better at it. He's building that consistency, and our job is to stay on him and not let him relax on it. And so he's going to be an integral. Every guy on the team has something that they add to the team, and we just want them to do what they do best, right? And this is not just about Will being the best basketball player he can be. This is about Will being the best man he can be. He has to learn the consistency that he does here will carry over into the rest of his life. And that's what I want. I want Will part of the, 10, 15 years from now when the legends come back, that Will is coming back saying, man, this place made me into a better man.
You went to the bench pretty early, I think, brought 3 guys in the first 4 minutes. Was that more a reaction to how the game was going, or do you feel like you're starting to get more consistent performances from them?
No, we've had, last few days, we got 3 or 4 guys that are under the weather. And some of them weren't able to go do much at practice, and you could see it on their face. If you know them, you can tell, and and so it was we got to rotate guys through in the first half so that they have some energy to finish the game. And so I thought Coach Marco did a great job of subbing, and I think our young guys, our starting 5 probably played less minutes in the first half, other than Arthur, than they had all season long. And that was on purpose, and so credit to Coach Marco for having the guys fresh to be able to finish the game.
Coach, you guys won some non-conference games that maybe people thought you should have won by more. Is that experience now of playing and winning those close games paying off in Big 12 play?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. That if you win those games by 20 or 30, you don't get a chance to build a confidence, me and them and us as a staff, and figuring some things out. And so, yeah, that was a huge blessing in hindsight.
Is Day all good, back to 100% after missing 2 games, or is he needing to take him a game or 2 to ease back in?
No, he's good. He's moving laterally. And that was the big thing. Whenever you have an ankle tweak, it's always about can you plant and cut. And I mean, you're usually good running up and down, but it's the lateral movement, and he looked good tonight.